What are wholesome things that are actually toxic? Family vlogging. Any viral story about some kid selling shit to pay for a relative's healthcare. YouTube kids channels. The ones aimed at older audiences are literally better for a child than the kids' ones. All those fake animal rescue videos on YT. Corporations who spend $50 million on ads to tell you about the amazing $1 million they spent on a charity program. Proposing in front of a crowd puts a lot of pressure on the person being proposed to. It's fine only if said partner was already expecting a proposal, and if they stated that they are okay with such a proposal. Everything else might as well be manipulation. This is true regardless, I think. When you propose, the answer should always be yes, because you should have discussed it beforehand. Can't make someone make that decision in a split second. Toxic positivity. Like when someone's having a really hard time and you tell them to stay positive or try to look at the bright side. Fuck you, Jenny, my grandma died. My dad saw a bloke nearly die from doing this. He told a man to cheer up, who was on his way to collect his wife's body. I was once told by a complete fucking stranger to smile because it can't be that bad right after my best friend died of suicide. If you don't know someone and they look unhappy, don't tell them to cheer up. You have no idea what's going on in their life. Teachers giving up their sick days for some other teacher can have days off for cancer treatments. Not just teachers. I work at a hospital and frequently get emails asking me to donate my sick time to other staff. Supporting someone no matter what choices they make. You can love someone to the ends of the earth. That doesn't mean they will 100% be right all of the time, no matter how much you love or admire them. Sometimes supporting someone means telling them they're being a fucking idiot. Hustle culture. What? You aren't grinding yourself into a fine red paste at your job, coming in early, leaving late, working weekends, and paying for your own training? What do you mean you don't have a side hustle and passive incomes? Are you even trying? Haven't you found your purpose and started a business yet? What are you even doing? Ugh. Obese animals. It may be cute, but it's also abuse, and those animals are unhealthy. Edit. Of course, there are some rare occasions where a health condition leads to an animal being obese. I'm referring to the culture of praising obesity in animals because it's cute and gets you likes on social media. Same with pugs and other flat-faced dogs. There's nothing wrong with adopting them, but it's their continued popularity that drives people to keep breeding them, and that should not be allowed. Their deformities impact their quality of life severely, and we shouldn't be subjecting animals to that just because it's cute. Crowdfunding for medical costs, kids having lemonade stands to pay for cancer treatment, etc. News stories like, CEO sees employee dumpster diving for food and buys them a headlamp, or, kid works manual labor to pay off school lunch debt for entire class. Glorifying feeding animals into obesity. But I love them. Margie, if you loved your dog, you'd feed it properly rather than free-feeding it dry food and giving it a can of wet food in the morning with 3 kinds of dog treats shoved in it. It doesn't pant because it's hot, it pants because it's 20 pounds overweight. Every so often I'll see a cute wildlife photo that is very obviously staged, probably to the stress of the animal in question. It's absolutely fucked up, but because people keep sharing them on social media, some a-holes out there will keep on essentially torturing animals just so we can go all. Not just photos. There are fake animal rescue videos where people deliberately put animals, mostly pets, in dangerous situations and then film how they rescue them. It's not wholesome, it's animal abuse. The martyrdom idea that you have to sacrifice 100% of your life for your kids. Absolutely, parenting takes sacrifices. But I have seen some people act like they can't do anything for themselves anymore because they have children. For example, a woman I work with ended up with a half day at work while her kids were at school, so she had 3 to 4 hours of unexpected free time. I suggested she get a mani-pedi or something else fun for just her. She told me, "I could never do that, I have kids." Lady, your kids are safely at school and this is found time. It doesn't make you a better parent to neglect yourself, especially when it isn't even necessary. You don't have to be puke-covered, unshowered, and unhappy to be a good parent. ETA. A few people have said that it might be about the cost of the mani pedi. This was just an example of one of my suggestions. She literally told me she could not do anything for herself because of the kids, not watch a movie or go for a walk despite having an extra half day of time. Actually, you will be a better parent when you are rested and take care of yourself. Dating advice that includes relentlessly pursuing a woman who has made it clear that she doesn't like you. A lot of the blame for this is old rom-coms that basically show that stalking a woman will always end up with love. Using your child for likes on social media. That's creepy. I never understood why would any parent do that. Instagram, influencers, promoting their amazing, healthy lifestyles but in reality mostly staged, photoshopped and exacerbating mental illness, body issues, anxiety in young people. Social media posts of people sharing their good deed or act of kindness, especially when it's some annoying elaborate thing that completely ignores existing social supports, like collecting and then handing out food donations instead of, oh, I dunno, regularly supporting the food bank, or they just give money to a poor person and then force that person to pose with them, or worse, film them. Pugs. Oh, look how cute little Oscar is choking in his own larynx. Oh, Oscar seems to be snoring really loudly and woke himself up again because of his fucked up genetics. Our little baby Oscar became an angel today at the age of 6. We never expected him to asphyxiate in his sleep. See, I could go on, but I would rather a pug owner come out and try to justify this instead. The only legit reason to own a pug is if it came from a shelter or rescue. Don't support breeding genetic issues. Asking your child, who's your boy girlfriend, anytime they interact with someone of the opposite sex. Badgering people to have kids. No, I'm not going to magically change my mind when I meet the right girl. Fuck off. This. My ex and I lost our son in infancy, then my ex's family automatically assumed we'd just try again, right away. Pressuring people to have kids is fucked because they don't know your feelings on the matter. You might not want them for genetic reasons, financial reasons, or you just don't want to be responsible for a human, and that's fine. Some people just want to be left alone. Spending so much time on social media to show everyone else how wholesome your life is. Asking babies to hug and kiss people. My mentor's kid is very shy and would refuse to even talk to his own family members. Often people would pull him in for an interaction anyway, which he clearly wasn't happy with. So I started asking for high fives and he smiled slightly each time and gave a very enthusiastic high five. From there he started getting more comfortable with me and would talk and play with me for a bit. So I think high fives are a good way to say hello without getting too awkward. It's important to acknowledge that it's your choice if you let other people touch you. If a kid doesn't want to, she should never be forced. Body positivity like Dove's Real Beauty campaign. The idea that all women are beautiful sounds nice on the surface, but it's a gross message to send because beauty is still at the core of it. I don't want to be told that my body is beautiful too. I want to be told that I don't have to be beautiful, that my value is not tied to how much other people enjoy looking at me. And you gotta love the bullshit where they'll go, oh, you're beautiful the way you are, then proceed to tell you all the ways in which you can make yourself more palatable to others. I mean, bullshit like this has gotten so excessively common that even I, as a dude, have been told shit like this. Fuck that bullshit for real. Teachers working overtime, sacrificing for their students, fundraising for anything, etc. Most news articles that hit national headlines about teachers are toxic as fuck. Student raises money for his former teacher found living in a car. Principal works second job to help homeless students have clean clothes and food. Yes, this. I taught in the inner city and it was expected that your entire life was the school. My friends watched that Hilary Swank movie about her teaching in the city and told me it was so inspirational and I should watch it. It was actually one of the reasons I left the city. She gave up everything for her job, worked 3 jobs to afford it, lost her marriage. Like, no, that is not wholesome. At all. School fundraisers. If the government can't give schools enough funds, then everything is wrong. Acting like babies are, flirting with people for smiling, waving, or paying any attention towards another individual of the opposite sex. The number of baby clothes ascribing sexuality to infants and making innuendo is too damn high. Why do infants need onesies that say, ladies man, and, I'm a boob guy? It feels very gross. Girl clothes get. Daddy says no dating until I'm 30. It's a baby. Making amends with family cuz you've only got one. If someone wronged you, there is no obligation to make amends with them, even if they are family. Any post that paints horrendous self-sacrifice in a positive light really. It just breeds the mentality that you need to always put yourself last. What other things are actually toxic? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.